Hello and welcome everyone. Let's get back to our discussion here. If we're looking at the authentic voice, so editing words, so there's kind of been this whole trend more and more with reality television to script factual interviews. So essentially something that's called in the editing world a Frankenclip. So think of Frankenstein, so taking different parts together from different people. That's the same idea. So we're taking different words out of context to create statements, and that can help better tell the story. But is that an authentic voice, right? So imagine, if you took different words and you could say, I hate editing. I love editing. But you can take all those words out of context and all of a sudden make me say that, right? So that's the idea of a Frankenclip, that you're taking my words out of context and creating a new sentence out of it, right? So I just wanted to, kind of bring this up because it's an interesting thing where we, in editing factual interviews, we can actually change what people say. And, that's the whole thing. Is that authentic? Is that okay? So, I think when we're altering the facts spoken, it starts to, you're manipulating the facts, right? So as documentary editors, we want to stay true to what the facts are and what we're speaking to. So the one thing though that we can do is we can cut out pauses and mistakes, right? So if someone there's a bit of a glitch, like if someone stutters or if they say the wrong thing, they go, no, that's not what I meant this, right? So we can get rid of some of those kinds of mistakes. Or maybe there's a long pause, like a thinking, there's a question asked and there's a pause, or the subject says, oh, I'd like to say that again. Can I start again? And so we can get rid of those kinds of things. So that's really what's accepted. So we want to think about that, the idea of the authentic voice, to not really manipulate what people are saying, and in that Frankenclip sense. And again, I challenge everyone, next time you're watching some reality TV, it has a tendency to do that. I've worked on shows and that's part of what ends up happening. Is that kind of script writing out of words and taking things, and people literally asking, hey, do you have a hotel and a beach, and want to get those different words to say, I was at the hotel by the beach, and that's not even what the person said. So let's think always about the authentic voice, right? And the last thing here, sound design and music. And I think, we've heard that in some of the samples I've played so far. And sound design and music, I like to put the emphasis on that it's just as important for documentary films as it is for narrative films. So, the audience expects to hear what they see. That's a good guiding force. So, you want to hear the water splash sound of a wave when you see a wave. If you just see a wave crashing against the shore and you don't hear anything, it seems kind of odd, right? So, sound can be just as important, and if not equal, for a documentary film as it is for an action movie, right? So if there's a big action scene, or there's cars driving around fast, you want to hear that in a documentary just as much as you would a narrative film. Then on the note of music, we can use that to further enhance the mood and tone, right? But it can also be overused, right? So that whole idea of experimenting with different songs can be really interesting, because it can change the story and the mood. Just like with tempo, going fast, slow, we can change that with music, right? So that kind of idea. Okay, so let me just change over here, and let's go through a process of what it would be like to do a bit of editing.